Welcome to EFT MBA Mastering Business Acumen with the help of EFT business experts. Learn the marketing, mindset, and skill set you need to create the EFT coaching practice of your dreams. Visit www.eftmba.com for more information. And now here's the EFT.
Welcome to the EFT MBA program. I'm your co-host, Alina Frank, here with
the other co-host, Craig Weiner.
Today we're talking about the fear of failing, overcoming self-doubt with EFT and matrix reimprinting. Yeah. Actually, Craig, we have a summit, a matrix summit that we're producing that's going to happen in the fall. And I'm going to go into a lot of depth about this particular area because I think it just shows up so much, especially for coaches starting out in their practices.
Sure, but not only EFT coaches.
No.
Entrepreneurs, people
sure.
starting a new vocation, starting out on their own, and, you know, as much education as they have, as much training as they have, what's often underneath it? Yeah, fear they're going to blow it.
Fear they're going to blow it.
Fear it ain't going to happen, they're not going to succeed. Lots of different kinds of fears that show up.
Yeah, and actually, if you transform the fear and really work with your past failures, there's some valuable lessons, and again, I'm going to go into that in the Matrix Summit. You know, there are venture capitalists out there that will not fund startup businesses unless the entrepreneur has already failed at something else.
I love that.
Yeah.
So they know both sides of it.
They absolutely do.
It's not an unknown.
Yeah, absolutely. But when you're starting off your EFT business, it could be a very scary proposition. So some of the things that we hear when we're working with our students and our EFT coach clients are things like the self-doubt shows up in what happens if there's a client that I can't help?
That's a big one, right? What happens if I'm not as good at this as I thought I was?
Right.
Yeah, so a challenging situation comes up and all of a sudden I just draw a blank. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help them. Look like a complete idiot. Oh my God, my worst nightmare.
Yeah. What if I'm not good enough? I'm not good enough. That is something that is so amorphous, but it almost is universal. If you're a human being on planet Earth, you've got some piece of I'm not good enough from starting from childhood.
Yeah. Well, most of these do have, as we well know, earlier branches and roots that start off much earlier. And it really doesn't matter what it is. In other words, so we coach a lot of people on helping them to find their business niche, right? And their focus. And as soon as we mention choosing,
forget
like literally the split second, their fears, oh my God, what if I choose the wrong one?
Or what if I don't get enough people in my niche?
Right.
Or aren't I leaving everybody else out if I pick something, if I narrowly define myself, if I pigeonhole myself? And just the opposite is true, and we've shown that over and over again. And most business coaches agree.
So maybe the fear is actually natural.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a natural, a natural response given our human childhoods and histories and past negative experiences and traumas that, oh my God, on the flip side, right away I can see the negative.
Well, yeah, and because we are stepping out of a comfort zone by definition when we're starting something new, that always brings up fear and hesitation. So anyway, we have in my archives, I have a recorded session with someone that I did a while back that I'd been saving up for the show, and we got really good responses from people that have heard us do an actual demo of one of these concepts, and so we thought we'd pull this out. And stay tuned to the very end because I'll tell you what happened when I contacted this client, or this wonderful demo volunteer a year plus after we did this.
And I always find it interesting how basically things show up in a lot of different flavors, and what's underneath it so often is, what if I'm not good enough? Oh my God, it comes in every flavor.
Yeah. So let's listen in, and I want you to enjoy the demo here, and then we'll come back at the end. All right, so today I've got Helen here that I'm going to work with, and Helen, you wrote me that
that you want to be more successful in your EFT practice. What's currently going on with your business?
I think I have an old conflict between the spiritual part of me that feels that I have a gift to offer, and so it's harder for me to charge and go out into the world, and as opposed to understanding that the services that I offer are very worthwhile, and that I should be well reimbursed for those services. So I just think that there's an old conflict there.
Mm-hmm. And how does that conflict show up? So that conflict for some people could be like when they're talking about their service to a potential client. That's when they feel some kind of restriction or just angst. And then there are other people that maybe they don't market as much, or they're not out there as much because of that conflict. So how does it show up for you? How do you know you're having that conflict?
For me, it shows up in two ways. It's very much about the marketing piece, and it really is about being able to ask people for a certain fee and not feel guilty about that. I think maybe that's the biggest piece, is just being able to say, this is what I charge, and feeling completely comfortable, not having to explain why or anything.
Yeah. Okay, good. And so tell me what it is that you're charging now.
I charge $85 for a session.
Okay. And do you do any kind of packages?
I have not gotten to that point yet, actually. No. I would like to. Well, I'm sorry. Actually, I do a 3-piece package. That is true. So,
and how much do you charge for that?
And I charge $210 for that. So then it drops the price down to $70 per session.
Okay. All right. So so you even feel it with the $85 per session fee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Tell me, just thinking about that, I charge, just imagine that somebody calls you, they want to talk to you about your services, and the last piece is, so how much do you charge? And you say, I charge $85 per session. Mm-hmm. Thinking about that, do you feel any tension or constriction or anything going on in your body?
I do. I feel a tension in my chest.
Okay. Tension in your chest. And what's the emotion around that?
Fear.
Okay. And give me a level of fear, 0 to 10.
I would say 7.
Okay. And can you tell me what the fear is about? If you can just kind of ask yourself, what am I really afraid of here?
I think what the fear is that someone will get mad.
Someone will get mad?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, okay. I was surprised at that, but that's what came out.
Yeah, you just never know what comes up. So go ahead. All right. So I want you to tap on the side of your hand at the karate chop point and repeat after me. And if I ask you to say anything, repeat anything that doesn't sound true, you'd like to say in a different way, something else shows up, by all means, you're the expert about how your brain works, so jump right in and interrupt me. All right, even though I feel all this fear.
All right. Even though I feel all this fear.
All this tension in my chest.
All this tension in my chest.
I'm going to tell a potential client that I charge $85 per session.
I'm going to tell a potential client that I charge $85 per session.
And they might get mad at me.
And they might get mad at me.
I can still accept myself.
I can still accept myself.
Even though I feel all of this fear.
Even though I feel all of this fear.
This tension in the center of my chest.
This tension in the center of my chest.
I'm afraid that they'll get mad at me.
I'm afraid that they'll get mad at me.
I can still accept myself.
I still accept myself.
Even though I feel all of this fear.
Even though I feel all of this fear.
And this tension in my chest.
And this tension in my chest.
I'm going to say that I charge $85 per hour.
I'm going to say that I charge $85 per hour.
Actually, I don't know that to be true. Are your sessions 1 hour long?
Yes.
Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to say that I charge $85 per hour.
I'm afraid that I'm going to say charge $85 per hour.
and they're going to get mad at me.
And they're going to get mad at me.
And even though I have no idea where this came from,
And even though I have no idea where this came from,
I can still accept myself.
I can still accept myself.
Good. Eyebrow. All this fear.
All this fear.
Side of the eye, this tension in my chest.
This tension in my chest.
Under the eye, all of this fear.
All of this fear.
Under the nose, this tension in my chest.
This tension in my chest.
Chin, all this fear.
All this fear.
Collarbone, I'm afraid someone's going to get mad at me.
I'm afraid somebody's going to get mad at me.
Under the arm, if I tell them I charge $85 per hour.
If I tell them I charge $85 per hour.
Top of the head, they're going to get mad at me.
They are going to get mad at me.
Take a deep breath. And tell me how you're feeling in your chest, the fear level. Did anything else come up?
Just there were some other pieces that came up. It was more about there was a piece that was about not being worthwhile. I think perhaps I think it's about not being good enough, I think.
Okay. And so what would lead you to believe that you're not good enough with your EFT work?
I think it's a very old piece because I actually feel very confident about the EFT, but I think that there must be something very old about the message. I think the message, as I was growing up, was that it was very important to work very, very hard and study very, very hard and be just super, super, super prepared.
Great. And the fact is you can't be prepared enough. I mean, you can always prepare the rest of your life. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add one piece because it might be helpful to realize, because I have been a Spanish teacher. I have a master's in Spanish. I've taught all levels through college for 40 years. And that was an area where I could prepare very well. I knew the material. I knew how to prepare for classes. I was in control of the classes, and I could do very well on that. And EFT is a whole different picture because you really never know what's going to happen in a session.
Right. Okay. This is all very good information. So, I want you to tell me on a scale of 0 to 100% true for you, when you say, I'm not good enough, just repeat it.
I'm not good enough.
To charge $85 per hour.
To charge $85 per hour.
0 to 100% true for you.
I would say it's at a 75.
Okie dokie. Let's see if we can change that, shall we? Okay, so I want you to, we're going to switch to some matrix here, and I want you to tap on your finger points and your karate chop point over and over and over again.
Okay.
Start tapping.
Okay.
Finger points, karate chop point. Keep tapping, and tell me when it feels so comfortable, so natural, you don't have to think about it.
Okay. So you just want me to do that without saying anything right now?
That's right.
Okay. I feel very comfortable doing that.
Good. If you want to, I will invite you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I want you to keep tapping, and I want you to think about that statement. I'm not good enough. And I want you to tune into your body and tell me where that shows up. I'm not good enough.
It shows up in my chest and a little bit, I would say, up into my voice.
Okay. All right. I want you to keep tapping, and I want you to focus on that energy that's showing up in your chest, going up to your voice. And let's ask your body. Your body has a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and it contains a lot of information, and we're just going to engage your body's wisdom to show us where you have an early event connected with you feeling that same way. And without you having to force it or to think about it or to analyze it, you're just going to keep tuning into that energy showing up in your chest and up into your throat, and just keep asking your body. Your body's going to direct us to an event connected early on in your life with you feeling, I'm not good enough. Take your time and tell me when you get there, and keep tapping.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that what keeps coming up is being a very small baby.
Okay. Do you see that baby?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And approximately how old is that baby?
I would say she looks like she's just a few weeks old.
Okay. And she looks like she's a few weeks old. And is her name at that point Helen?
Yes.
And where is she? Is she in a room? Is she in the hospital? Where?
She's in a crib. She's in a crib in a room.
Is she alone?
Yes.
I want you to keep tapping on your finger points and karate chop point, and I want you to step into that room as yourself today.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to connect with that infant, just a few weeks old. And, infants are pre-verbal, so it could be telepathically that you're connecting and that you're speaking to her. And just know that, just make that connection with her and see if she connects with you, if she acknowledges that you're there.
Yep, all set.
Great. So I want you to, aloud or silently, tell her that you're here from the future and that you're here to help her. And then I want you to ask her what she's feeling.
Okay, she's very scared.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's very scared. Mm-hmm.
Something else?
She's afraid. She's just afraid that nobody's going to come and nobody's going to hear her.
Okay.
Nobody is going to come and feed her or pick her up. She feels very alone.
All right. I want you to go ahead and take her little hand and tap on the side of it while you're tapping on the points on yourself.
Okay.
And I want you to say aloud on her behalf, even though you're feeling scared.
Even though you're feeling scared.
And alone.
And alone.
I'm here to help you.
I am here to help you.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
And I'm here to help you through this.
I am here to help you through this.
Even though you're feeling alone.
Even though you are feeling alone.
You're feeling scared.
And you are feeling scared.
I'm here to help you.
I am here to help you.
You're going to be okay.
You are going to be okay.
Even though you're feeling scared and alone.
Even though you're feeling scared and alone.
I'm here to help you.
I am here to help you.
You're going to be okay.
You are going to be okay.
Good. You're going to start tapping on her points and just check in her body. Where is that fear and that feeling alone showing up? Is it showing up all over her body or anywhere in particular?
In her chest, in her lungs.
Okay. Is there a color with that?
Red.
All right. All right. Tap on her points. This red fear in your chest.
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 Feeling scared and alone.
Feeling scared and alone.
This red fear in your chest.
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 Good. You're doing great, Helen. I want you to go back to just tapping on your own finger points and your karate chop point.
Okay.
And I want you to check with that baby and check out that red fear in her chest. How's that now?
That's definitely much less intense.
Great. So let's talk to this little one some more. She was left alone in the crib. She was afraid that nobody would hear her. Is there a reason why she thinks that?
There was a nanny that would come in, but she wasn't very loving,
Okay.
and she was kind of scary,
Okay.
and she didn't let little Helen have a lot of contact with her mom.
Okay. All right. And because this was happening with her at such an early age, and she was scared and she was alone, she was afraid nobody was going to hear her, come in and hold her. She had very little contact with mom, more with this scary nanny. Let's hear what little baby Helen decided or started to believe about life in the world or herself as a result of that. She'll know.
If I just stay quiet, if I don't bother anybody, if I don't make noise, if I don't speak up, maybe I'll be okay.
Okay. All right. So you've grown emotionally and spiritually. You've evolved in many different ways since that age.
Mm-hmm.
And from your highest perspective, what do you want to share with that little baby instead of those messages? What's the truth?
This is the truth, little Helen. The truth is that you are loved beyond all measure, that you are wanted and cherished, that it is very important for you to speak up. You have a lot to offer. It's extremely important for you to speak up, to recognize your value, to recognize your worthiness, and to speak up and to let other people accept your worthiness as well. They cannot accept it until you accept it.
Is she paying attention to you?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Now we're going to invite little baby Helen to bring in any resources, change things. What would she like to experience instead of what was happening there?
What would she like to experience? She
Yeah.
would like to experience being held, being cherished, being adored, being nurtured.
Okay. And is that going to come, does she want that to come from her mother?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's bring mom into the room.
Okay.
And let's have little baby Helen experience all of those things while you watch. And you keep tapping.
Okay.
How's that going?
Good.
How does she feel about herself now?
She needs just one more moment to work on this.
Absolutely.
She's feeling much better now. She's actually feeling a little warmer. She always also felt very cold.
Okay, good. Where is that warmth showing up in her body?
Let's say in her heart.
Does that have a color?
There was a blue color there, but it's turning to a pink.
Great. All right. How is she feeling about herself now?
Feeling much more expanded. She's feeling much more comfortable. She's feeling much more loved. She's feeling much more accepted and worthy, I would say.
And just confirm that that's how she's feeling. We want as much as possible to get the information from her. Is she, and you can just have her confirm that that's how she's feeling, yes or no.
Yes.
Great. Okay. I want you to ask her if there's anything else that she needs.
Well, the answer is that she wants to have more fun.
Okay, good. I thought there was another little piece. Okay, so how would she like to experience having more fun?
She wants to be able to play.
Okay. Good. So outside of the crib, she wants to just have somebody playing with her. And is that going to be mom again?
Yes.
Very good. All right, watch that happen too.
Okay.
How does she seem to you now?
She seems much happier.
Excellent.
Much happier.
Excellent. Okay. Put your hand to your heart center and tap at the back of the hand at the gamma point.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to bring in all those positive images and feelings in through the top of your head. And imagine that they're rewiring all the neural pathways with the knowledge that things have changed. All the sights, smells, sounds, tastes, colors, sensations going in through the top of your head. Keep tapping on the gamma point and bring all that sensory information down to all the cells of your body from the top of your head down to your toes. And bring in all those positive images, that warmth, that pink color, the feeling of being comfortable, happy, accepted, worthy, loved, all that into your heart center. I want you to make all of that information stronger, brighter. And then you're gonna imagine that you're exhaling all of that out through your heart, sending it 360 degrees out in every direction. Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Very good. You can stop tapping and open your eyes. Okay, how are you feeling?
That was just beautiful. That was just a lovely technique. Thank you so much. I feel much calmer. I feel much more confident. That was really lovely.
Good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I love Matrix. So
Yes.
so I want you to close your eyes and let's check on that baby now. Let's check on the infant. Go to that room and notice what's changed from when you first went in there. What's changed?
Wow, the first thing I see is that I see this beautiful light all around the crib. So it's a very different scene. It was all kind of dark before, and there's just this beautiful light around there now. Beautiful.
Very good. Okay, and now I want you to repeat, I'm not good enough
I'm not good enough
to charge $85 an hour.
to charge $85 an hour.
Give me a percentage on that.
I would say I would actually say that's a 0.
Wow, good. Excellent.
I really feel that. Wow. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Very good. Well, good work. I would say that, it was slightly different what she was experiencing, but very much connected. An inability to speak up and to speak your truth and have people, acknowledge, accept you, value you, definitely is tied into not feeling good enough.
Exactly. Wow.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect in what I was looking forward to do in this demo. So I want to thank you.
Well, thank you. It was really, it was just a lovely gift. I'm so grateful. I've always heard about that technique, and I've never experienced it, and I can see why you like it. It was wonderful. I'm just so grateful. So grateful. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Helen.
So, welcome back after listening to that demo. What I wanted to share with you was that I contacted Helen and just this week, and I asked her how she was feeling about charging what she's charging, and asking for what she knows is valuable work, and asking her fees. And she said absolutely no problem. She hasn't had a problem since that session.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just clean and clear.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, and you never know where you're going to go.
You never know where you're going to go.
Because, I mean, at the beginning, she was talking about a conflict with her spirituality and business and all of that, and then it turned into being in a crib.
There must be some script for that, for spirituality and fees and crib scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, there can never be. It's always new. Yeah.
All right, so thanks again for listening in. And if you are interested in finding out more about our program, go to EFTMBA.com.
And we'll be beginning, every November and every May. We start up a new series, and it's just wonderful to be able to work with y'all. So if you have any questions, let us know, and we look forward to seeing you at the next show. And in the meanwhile, you know what to do. Keep on tapping.